With the latest update, a brand new Leopard appeared on the very top of the German tech tree. So today, we're going to tell you, no, not just about the latest Leo. Let's trace the history of the whole Leopard family instead, starting with the earliest models. As with most things, this tank family has rather humble beginnings. At some point, the American M47 and the M48 that were in German service could no longer cope with the new generation of Soviet vehicles. Germany needed a brand new tank, and the military decided to design one with a strong emphasis on firepower and mobility, even at the expense of armor protection. And thus, the Leopard I was created. The British L7 cannon allowed it to consistently penetrate enemy armor, while a powerful 830 HP engine allowed for decent mobility, which, in the game, becomes the tank's strongest suit. The Leopard I is always among the first vehicles to get to key positions, and it's also capable of carrying out lightning-quick flanking maneuvers. Try your best not to expose yourself to enemy fire, though. One good hit is all it takes to send you back to the hangar. The Leopard A1. There are some changes, but they're mostly cosmetic. There's an additional spaced armor on the turret, a matter of life or death when fighting certain SPAAGs, and a brand new two-plane stabilizer, which allows for much more precision when firing on the go, making the tank even more effective in battle. It's also worth noting that this vehicle encounters numerous opponents sporting composite armor. To make it easier for you to combat them, the tank was given access to good DM-23 APFSDS rounds. The Leopard A1 (bracket L44) is an experimental variation equipped with a great 120mm smoothbore cannon. You get only two types of shells, APFSDS and Heat FS, but the latter can penetrate 650mm of armor, which effectively means that no one is safe from your wrath. All of that while staying highly mobile. An awesome combination. The Leopard 2K was initially just a modification of the first Leopard. It received its official status after Germany backed out from the joint German-American MBT-70 project. The team behind the design capitalized on the experience Germans gained while working on the MBT-70, big time. For example, the new vehicle was outfitted with an additional 20mm gun. Furthermore, the engineering team still maintained that the best defense was not being hit at all, so they used the 1,500 horsepower engine taken from the KPZ-70. If we take into account the weight of the tank, the Leopard 2K outputs 30 horsepower per ton, making it one of the nimblest MBTs in the game. The next model, the Leopard 2A4, was created around yet another prototype, the Leopard 2AV. Its main difference to its predecessor is that it makes use of composite armor, offering significantly better protection, especially in the front of the turret. It is well protected against most rounds, even in high-rank engagements, and while the tank got noticeably heavier, it's still pretty agile. Finally, there is the Leopard 2A5, the current top Leopard in the game. In order to boost the combat capabilities of the vehicle even further, the Bundeswehr designed several experimental variations. The Komponentenverschussträger, or simply KVT, was one of those variants, specifically built to test different components of the new tank. For instance, it was used to test new add-on armor. With it installed, the gunner sights had to be moved closer to the top of the vehicle, thus eliminating a weak spot in the front of the turret. The additional armor packages to the front of the turret allow the tank to withstand hits with almost any subcaliber and heat rounds. All the while, The Leopard gained access to one of the best APF-SDS rounds in the game, the DM-33, that pierces 481mm of armor. If you find yourself in a position where only the turret is exposed to enemy fire, you'll be almost untouchable, while still being able to dish out damage yourself. If you're out in the open, it's a very different story though. Be very careful, as the front of the hull isn't as sturdy as the front of the turret, and your sides can be penetrated by any SPAAG. All in all, the whole family of Leopards is certainly worth checking out. It doesn't include a single vehicle that is outright weak. Every Leo is a capable fighter. Its consistent high mobility and firepower allow for some lightning quick and adrenaline pumping gameplay.